silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. On a tree frog, it's ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new light, I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time,
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play MGS3. And I guess I was hoping to upload this a little bit sooner, but had to spend some time with the family and everything this weekend. I even got to show them the first few bits of my Let's Play here, so now they know what the hell I'm doing whenever I'm playing my video games. So hopefully it's educational for them too. Anyways, the intro segment, as you guys saw there, is the official game opening for Metal Gear Solid 3 here. The song is Snake Eater, sang by Cynthia Harrell, who, this is a little bit of a touch on, I guess, some trivia here behind it and everything. The singer Cynthia Harrell has done some singing and projects for games in the past. In particular, for those who've been around for a while, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. The ending credits song is called I Am the Wind, and she was the singer for that song. So there's your little bit of trivia there to start off here. The Snake Eater song, as I'm sure some of you who have seen it for the first time here see some parallels with stuff like 007. That's because Metal Gear Solid 3 in particular takes place during the era where spy fiction thrillers like James Bond 007 was sort of starting to pick up a little bit, and there are a few references in the game here that I'll try to get around to, as some of them are pretty humorous and everything. A little bit more on, I guess, 007 is the original, or the first 007 portrayed by Sean Connery during this time. Funny thing is older Sean Connery, like Sean Connery that we see in The Rock and Indiana Jones, where he's got the whole facial hair going on there and whatnot, is a partial inspiration to the character of Big Boss, as we'll see in due time. So you can almost say 007, Sean Connery 007 is the OG Snake or Big Boss to an extent. So, enough rambling for this little bit here, and let's get on with the game here. So to recap, Virtuous mission, we dropped into Soviet territory to try to extract Sokolov, a Russian scientist who's developing a nuclear weapon called the Shagohod. That obviously got botched when the boss showed up and betrayed us. So this is 1 week later after that event. So...
Currently flying over the Arctic Ocean, altitude 30,000 feet, approaching Soviet airspace.
So this aircraft that you're seeing right here is the SR-71 Blackbird. It is designed to be a strategic reconnaissance aircraft. It can fly up to Mach 3.2 and all the way up into the stratosphere, so at a height of 85,000 feet or 25,900 meters.
Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad. So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Yeah, once again,
until the
mission
briefing.
briefing.
Visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban. This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson?
Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB 754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion. At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you? In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident.
So, predecessor being Kennedy. The current president in game right now is Lyndon B. Johnson.
To survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard that. The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borisovich Volgin.
Volgin, of the Brezhnev faction. Go on. Who is the soldier?
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You mean the Boss? The mother of your special forces?
Yes, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The Boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells.
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. But serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the Boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The Army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government. You have 1 week. You must catch the Boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device. Then, you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence.
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The Boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government. 1 week. You have only 1 week, and if it is not too much to ask, do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
I leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal, huh?
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the Boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
Right. The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off. You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that you and I can talk to each other.
Alright, nice one, Snake.
That's it?
They've also put us in touch with a couple of insiders.
Insiders?
There was a defection in September 1960. Do you remember it?
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, They've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Volgin's ranks. We've also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Okay, here it goes. Okay, and these aircrafts are MiG-21s, so Soviet fighter interceptors.
Aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet.
Yeah, we'll be seeing a few of those when I play through Ace Combat. Something that I plan on playing through.
It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
Oh boy. That's even more sketchy than the Halo jump. Okay, well, at least we didn't lose our backpack this time.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time. Rescue Sokolov. Find out what's happened to the Shagohod, then destroy it. And finally, eliminate the boss.
Eliminate the boss.
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake Eater.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volgin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the Colonel and his faction?
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll do.
And what are the CIA's demands?
Our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagohod.
Roger that, Major Tom.
Hold on, Snake.
What now?
I'm changing my codename. It turns out Tom wasn't the most auspicious choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my codename, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one?
Did you ever see the movie The Great Escape? It came out last year.
Oh, must have missed that
Oh
one.
yeah, lots of movie
Anyway,
references
It's based on a true
with
story
the Metal Gear
about prisoners
series.
who escaped from a POW camp in Nazi Germany. The prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last remaining tunnel. The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I get it. You used the name of the tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it would bring you good luck.
Yes, that's exactly right. At least, that was the plan.
But
But I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished. I watched the movie again just to make sure. In fact, I even ordered the actual film from the movie company.
yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest name to use. So what should I call you?
You know, let's just use Zero, like we've been doing all along.
All right then. Major Zero it is. We'll start over from square one.
From square 0. My frequency is 140.85. Oh, I almost forgot. Paramedic is with us again on this mission.
Is this her last chance too?
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate. Her frequency is the same as during the Virtuous mission, 145.73. She'll be recording your mission data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same, 140.96. And there's one more person on your support team. His name is Mr. Sigint. He's an expert on the latest in weapons and equipment technology. You'll be going up against some of the world's most advanced weaponry when you infiltrate the research facility. If you have any questions, just ask him. His frequency is 148.41.
Mr. Sigint. Got it.
Adam, your KGB contact, is waiting for you at the abandoned factory up ahead.
The same factory Sokolov was being held in last week.
Yes, meet up with Adam first. He's cleared the way for you to rescue Sokolov.
How'll I know this Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area's been polluted by the fallout from that nuclear blast. No one else would dare come close. The password is, "Who are the Patriots?" and "Lali Lule Lo."
Lali Lule Lo. Gotcha.
You've been equipped with a 45 for this mission. Be careful, it's noisy.
I thought standard Fox procedure was procure on-site weapons acquisition.
The circumstances are different this time. You're now on an official mission for the United States government. It would be necessary to make your presence known to a certain extent, to the Khrushchev regime at the very least. But remember, this is still a sneaking mission. Snake, if you fail this mission, it will mean an all-out nuclear war. Keep that in mind and proceed with extreme caution.
Understood. Commencing Operation Snake Eater.
Okay, so a few points to make here. I guess I'll start with the Lali Lule Lo line there. That's a bit of a, I guess, play on language, in particular with Japanese, because the Japanese have a hard time with L's and TH, so like thought or any sort of like word that uses TH in that form and L's is sort of hard for them because they don't really use words or letters like that in their language all too much. So Kojima wanted to play around with that because within the Japanese language, the L's are closest to R's. So with Japanese, with their language, it would be ra, ri, ru, re, ro. So there's a little bit of trivia there. And we'll be giving Sigint a call here and checking out Paramedic, but I'm just going to get my gear set real quick here. Okay, so we got a Colt 45 handgun, the M1911A1, the Patriot, and the Colt Single Action Army. So the Patriot and the Colt Single Action Army and the Easy Gun are, once again, special weapons that you unlock. I'll talk a little bit about that later. Here's all the equipment. So AP sensor that pulses. Your controller vibrates whenever you're close to enemies. Motion detector, pretty self-explanatory. If something moves, it'll be picked up. Sonar, I'm pretty sure everybody knows what sonar is. Okay, and I'll grab stealth camo just to show that off a little later. Sort of save on time as well. Okay, so let's check up with the crew here. You know what? Let's save, because save dialogue in the Metal Gear games is usually pretty fun. Like, the first Metal Gear game, the character that you save to is Mei Ling, and she shares some pretty interesting quotes and proverbs. And Paramedic, you'll see what she
Snake,
talks about.
It's so good to hear from you again.
Same here.
Likewise.
It's been a week, hasn't it?
4 days, actually.
Huh?
I visited you in the hospital. You were still unconscious, though.
Then you must have seen me naked.
Yeah, but you were all wrapped up in bandages and tubes, so I couldn't do anything but look.
Better luck next time.
Let's hope so. But seriously, don't forget that you were like that until just yesterday. In fact, you really shouldn't even be on this mission. Keep an eye on your stamina gauge. If you start to run low, don't push yourself. Eat something to replenish your stamina. And try not to get yourself hurt. If you're wounded or get bitten by a venomous animal, go into the survival viewer immediately and treat yourself using Cure.
Yeah. I can see you still know how to nag.
You're welcome. And I can see you still don't know when to keep your mouth shut.
Maybe so. By the way, I heard you're going to lose your medical license if this mission fails.
Yes, there was talk of that, but the mission won't fail, will it?
Of course not.
Good. I believe in you. But you know what? I really don't care about my medical license.
Didn't they use that to force you to participate in this operation?
No, I volunteered.
Why?
So that I could watch over you.
Aww.
Snake, you're the
That's
best
touching.
agent I've ever seen.
But
But you
thanks,
push yourself too
paramedic.
hard. You're reckless. Someone has to stop you from getting into trouble, to make sure you and the boss don't kill each other. So that's why I volunteered. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better guardian angel than me, right?
Thanks.
Stop right there.
Huh?
You can thank me when you get back.
All right.
Okay. So, let's see. Let's take a look at this file. Oh boy, I'm gonna be starting up a lot of save files in case recordings get botched or whatever. Oh boy.
Okay, good luck, Snake.
Thanks.
Okay. Normally paramedic will tell you about movies during this time. So she didn't really talk about any right now, but I'll be saving as much as I can. And I'll show you all that dialogue as best as I can. And if I missed anything, it'll probably be in the extras video. Okay, to our weapons expert, Sigint.
Yo, you're Snake, aren't you?
What's
And you're
up?
Sigint?
None other.
I heard that you're an expert on weapons, equipment, and cutting-edge technology.
Close.
Huh?
I am the expert on weapons, equipment, and cutting-edge technology. I'm the guy that designed your trank gun, active sonar, and motion detector. If you want to know anything about weapons or equipment you find in the field, just send me a message and ask. Later.
Okay, so that's everyone for now. Okay, let's get set up with the camouflage here. Okay, I'll use this for the meantime. Horse. That's suspicious, considering that it has an owner, clearly.
Looks like death wasn't ready for you yet.
Boss,
That arm still hurt?
what are you doing here?
She's here to kick your ass again.
Go home. Go home. Gru and my sons are waiting up ahead. You don't have a prayer of finishing your mission. You're not even armed.
Boss!
Ooh. Oh yeah. I've been kneed in the stomach like that before. Not pleasant
I'm not
at
your
all.
boss anymore. There's nothing for you here. Go home. Go back to your boss. There's no need to prove that you are virtuous here. This isn't America.
So apparently the Patriot bullets are supposed to spin like that, but realistically, if bullets did spin like that, they wouldn't go very far, nor would they be accurate, and they wouldn't do very much damage either.
That should stir things up a bit. You'd better hurry.
It's the Sorrow again.
The border is 60 miles south of here. You ought to be able to run that far.
Why'd you defect?
I didn't. I'm loyal to the end, to my purpose. What about you, Jack? What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country or loyalty to me? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty to your unit or your personal feelings? You don't know the truth yet. But sooner or later you'll have to choose. I don't expect you to forgive me. But you can't defeat me either. You know me too well. Just look at that bandana. If you can't put the past behind you, you won't survive long.
Jeez.
If we meet
Ow.
again, I'll kill you.
Okay, well, on the bright side, we don't have to patch ourselves up after this
Now,
part.
go home.
This is Snake. Major Zero.
I read you, Snake.
I was
The
ambushed
boss
by the
whooped
boss.
my ass.
You were what?
The drone's been shot to hell. It's up in flames.
That's not good. Enemy scouts are going to come looking for you.
Yeah, I know. But what was the boss doing here in the first place? There's got to be a leak somewhere.
No, that's impossible. The man the boss is working with, Volgin, isn't exactly on speaking terms with Khrushchev.
I lost my gun. The boss destroyed it.
Snake, I know how you're feeling. It's hard for me to believe, too, that a legendary hero like the boss would go over to the Russians. That she'd double-cross us like this. But that's how it is, and if you don't accept it, you'll never be able to beat her.
That's not the problem. In terms of sheer technique, I'll never be able to beat her. I know that all too well.
You've got to do it, Snake. She's your enemy and your objective.
Enemy? We were together for 10 years, and now you tell me she's my enemy?
Enough. Hurry to the factory where Adam is waiting. Scouts have probably already been sent out to investigate the explosion. You've lost your weapon, right? That means you've got no chance of winning in a battle situation. Whatever you do, don't let them see you.
Okay. Okay, so before we press on any further here, I'm probably going to cut off this part right about here since I'm sort of hitting my 30-minute time limit here. But before I do that, there was something I wanted to talk about. It's what the boss was lecturing to us about here. As I once had a friend that asked me, why is she talking in circles? So let me explain. Think back to part 1 when she was talking about how countries and people change. She said that there's no such thing as an absolute enemy and that today's friend might be tomorrow's enemy. So, to draw a parallel, think about Harvey Dent from The Dark Knight. Either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain. Well, as the boss said, that's all based on time, and also, I'm willing to say, actions and perspective as well. Now, the boss claims that she's loyal to the end, to her purpose. In part 1, she says that the only one thing that a soldier can believe in absolute certainty is the mission. So the question you should really be asking is, what is her mission? What is her purpose? We'll learn about that in due time. So stay tuned for the next part.